Ukraine. The situation is changing fast, but the U.S. is vowing to keep backing Ukraine against Russia.
Let's go to WGN's Dana Rebick. She's monitoring the latest from the newsroom. Dana?
Well, Defense Department officials today believe 80% of Russian forces at Ukraine's border are in what they consider to be forward positions, warning Ukraine's president of what they are calling an imminent attack. That leader today issuing a state of emergency in Ukraine as the world waits to see what will happen next.
Because only
Mr. Putin knows what the timing is here. What I would tell you is that we continue to see him form his capabilities in such a way that leads us to believe that we are potentially close to some sort of action.
This is President Putin's war of choice. If he chooses to escalate further, Russia and Russia alone will bear full responsibility for what is to come.
The U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, along with other world leaders, poised to see if Russian President Vladimir Putin orders troops deeper into Ukraine. Members of the UN maintaining a united stance, vowing to impose tougher sanctions in the event of a full-fledged invasion. Ukraine's foreign minister wants action now.
This is not enough. And our partners should not wait for Russian rockets to hit Ukrainian soil or Russian planes to cross into our airspace to impose the new wave of sanctions.
Today, President Biden said he is moving forward on new sanctions against the company building Russia's Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. Meanwhile, Russia started evacuating its embassy in Kyiv, citing threats against Russians in Ukraine. Russia's UN ambassador urging the world's nations to rein in what he and Putin call Ukraine's ongoing violence and, quote, blatant genocide in the eastern separatist regions of the country. Ukraine has denied any aggression against pro-Russian forces.
He asserted that Russia can recolonize its neighbors and that he will use force. He will use force to make a farce of the United Nations.
At the end of the day, we need to show this thug and bully Putin that we're not going to just sit by and allow him to redraw the borders of Europe, that we're going to increase the costs of doing so so prohibitively that they will far outweigh any benefits he seeks.
European leaders will meet for an emergency summit in Brussels tomorrow night. The EU has also imposed sanctions on Russian leaders and lawmakers, freezing their assets in Europe and prohibiting travel to any of the 27 EU nations. Ben and Lourdes, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Dana Rebick reporting for us this afternoon.
And as we continue our coverage of the crisis in Ukraine, we invite you to stay with WGN for updates on air and at WGNTV.com. You can also get the latest with our free WGN News app.